So to conclude my series on areas you shouldn't stretch, this is a really specific one, and this is only for people who have basically the chronic ankle sprain. They rolled their ankle a few too many times and they're unable to get that foot up to the head. Now in general, you're totally fine doing this stretching. In fact, I'd encourage it. Wonderful stretch to get the back of the legs and a lot of the tissue in the ankle. But there is a problem, and I'm going to zoom into my foot from this point on just so you guys can see. What can happen sometimes if people keep rolling their ankle over and over again, or if it's just kind of out of place, is everything on the bottom of the ankle can sort of shift forward. So what's happening is the ankle bones on the bottom have gone forward and the bones of the leg have stayed here. So it's out of place. So if you imagine my hand being the bottom part, being the ankles, and then this being the bottom part of the leg, if this is forward, when you bend, what's going to happen? Your bone on the ankle is going to grind up against the leg here. So imagine this part here is bumping up against here, and once again, like I was saying, you get that pressure in the front. And in this case, just holding a stretch just in itself is not going to cut it. So in these special cases, you can stretch, but you do have to be careful. And there's one thing that I strongly encourage you to do, because this actually fixes the root of the problem, which is the fact that the ankle's out of place, instead of just trying to reef on it and stretch on it and push those two bones together and going nowhere with it. So what you can do with that, and I'm kind of getting ahead of myself now, take a belt, any belt you can get out of your drawer, wrap it around your leg, and I actually prefer to do the belt up and then tie it in there. And then from that point, you want to keep this right over the ankle there, as low as you can go. So once you get it there, the next thing you want to do, and if you can still see me, this is my back knee. I want to kneel. I'm going to change the camera just a bit. On this, I am going to kneel on the back part. Alternatively, you can tie this to a post, but I prefer to just hold it up there. And I'm actually going to change the angle just so you guys can see a little better. I'm going to pin this down here, and you want to keep constant pressure pulling this shin, basically the leg bones back. Naturally, if you hook this around your ankle and go as low as you can, it's naturally going to just pull that back. So don't worry about being too on point. But you do want to make sure you have a good amount of pressure here. So you do want to have your knee digging in here. And then what you do is you drive your knee forward. So you're basically shifting your weight. And I can show this one more time from zooming back. But you're shifting your weight as you stretch. And it is okay to hold this, but you want to make sure that you have that constant pressure there. So having your knee there is wonderful. You can even just use your toes to scrunch yourself forward if you need to get that extra pressure. And you want to hold there. So then you're not only getting a stretch, but you're also fixing the root of the problem so you can get a stretch on the back side of the ankle, which is the area where you should be feeling it. And just so you guys can see, this is how it would look from a distance right here. I'd be right here, and I could put my hands on my ankles or I could place it on the ground. Either way, I want to just make sure I'm holding it forward and getting a nice stretch there.